Tonight, I will tell you a quiet story about a small boy in India. His name is Mohandas Gandhi. Most people knew nothing about him then, but something in his life was already starting to change, even if he could not see it yet. Many years ago, in a warm town by the sea called Porbandar, a baby boy was born in a simple house. The sun touched the blue water outside. Children played in the narrow streets. Women carried pots of water on their heads. Life was slow and calm. Inside the house lived young Mohandas. He was a shy boy with soft eyes. He did not speak very much. He was afraid of the dark and often held his mother's hand at night. But he also had a big, curious heart. He listened to stories from old books. He listened to his mother when she prayed. Her voice was gentle and full of peace, and he loved that sound. Every morning, Gandhi sat near the door and watched the world wake up. He watched the fishermen pull their nets. He watched the sky turn from pink to gold. His life was simple, quiet, and small. But on this morning, something felt different in the air. He did not know it yet, but his small steps would one day move millions. And this was only the beginning. As Gandhi grew older, his quiet days in Porbandar began to change. He went to a small school near his home. Every morning he carried a thin book and a small wooden slate. He walked slowly, looking at the ground, because he was shy and did not like attention. In school, Gandhi tried to be a good student. He listened carefully. He wrote slowly. He followed every rule. But he did not speak much. When the teacher asked a question, Gandhi knew the answer in his mind, but the words stayed inside his mouth. His heart beat fast. His hands felt cold. He wanted to talk, but he was too shy to lift his head. After school, Gandhi often sat under a big tree near the road. He opened his book, but sometimes he did not read. He just watched life around him. He watched the fishermen fixing their nets. He watched children running behind cows. He watched merchants shout prices at the market. He wanted to be brave like them. But he felt small, like a thin leaf in the wind. At home, Gandhi stayed close to his mother. He liked her soft voice and her quiet prayers. Sometimes he whispered, "Mother, I want to be strong." She smiled gently and said, "Strength comes from truth." Gandhi heard her words, but he did not understand them yet. He wanted to do good things. He wanted to help people. But he felt scared, shy, and unsure of himself. He often thought, "How can I help anyone if I am afraid to speak?" One evening, Gandhi walked home alone after school. The sky was dark. The wind was strong. He felt the same fear again. But this time, something else was inside his heart. A tiny spark, a small question. Will I always be this shy? He did not know the answer. This quiet problem inside him was about to lead him far away from his home and far away from the life he knew. But this small fear would soon become something much bigger. Years passed, and Gandhi grew into a young man. He finished school in India, but he still felt unsure of himself. He still wondered, "Am I strong enough? Am I brave enough?" One day, he heard about a job far away in a place called South Africa. He had never left India before. He had never traveled alone. But something inside him whispered, "Go, try, learn." So he packed a small bag and stepped onto a big ship. The sea was cold and wide. Gandhi stood on the deck and held the rail tightly. He watched the water move like dark glass under the sky. He felt small again, but also curious. "Maybe this journey will help me," he thought. When he reached South Africa, everything felt different. The streets looked strange. The people looked rushed. The air felt sharp and cold. Gandhi tried to stay calm. He told himself, "It is okay. I can do this." But the real test came very soon. One night, Gandhi sat on a train with a first-class ticket in his hand. He was tired. The train shook softly on the tracks. He wanted to rest. Then a man looked at him with angry eyes and said, "You cannot sit here." Gandhi showed his ticket. He spoke softly. "I have a seat. I paid for it." But the man did not listen. 2 railway workers came. They pulled Gandhi up. They pushed him out of the train. His bag fell to the ground. The train door closed. The engine roared. And the train left him alone in the cold night. Gandhi stood on the empty platform. The wind touched his face. The night was dark and wide. His hands shook. His heart hurt. He sat down on a wooden bench and looked at the stars. And for the first time in his life, he asked himself a new question. Why is this happening? And why is it wrong? He felt anger. He felt sadness. He felt something strong waking inside him. He knew that he could not stay silent anymore. By the time the sky began to lighten, nothing in his life would ever be the same again. The cold night on the train changed Gandhi's heart. He woke up the next morning with a new feeling inside him. He was still quiet. He was still gentle. But he was no longer afraid. He thought, if this is wrong for me, it is wrong for everyone. And for the first time, he stood tall. Gandhi began to meet other Indian people in South Africa. They told him their stories. They told him how they could not walk in some streets, enter some shops, or vote in any election. They felt small, the same way Gandhi once felt as a boy. Gandhi listened. He listened deeply. We will not fight with hands. We will fight with truth. So Gandhi made a plan, a simple plan, a peaceful plan. He asked people to stand together. He asked them to speak calmly. He asked them to walk in peace, even when others shouted at them. Many people joined him. They followed him because his heart was kind and his truth was clear. Gandhi's life slowly changed. He stopped wearing fancy clothes. He wore simple cloth. He walked long distances. He worked beside farmers. He helped children read. People began to call him Mahatma, which means great soul, but he still felt like the same boy from Porbandar, a boy who wanted to do the right thing. When Gandhi later returned to India, he carried this new strength with him. He saw villages in pain. He saw families without food. He saw people who had lost hope. He listened. He walked. He helped. And slowly, step by step, he became a light for millions. One evening, after a long day of meeting villagers, Gandhi sat quietly under a tree. The sky was orange, the wind was soft. Children watched him spin simple cloth. He smiled at them gently. In that moment, he understood something. A peaceful heart can change a whole world. And his journey was still not over. If we look at Gandhi's life from above, it becomes a simple, clear path. It begins with a small boy in a small town. His name is Mohandas Gandhi. He is shy, he is quiet. He likes stories and prayer. He watches the world with soft eyes. His life is simple, and he feels safe. Then we see his first problem. He wants to be brave, but he feels afraid to speak. He wants to help people, but he does not know how. This fear grows inside him, day after day. Next, we see the moment that changes everything. Gandhi travels far from home. He sits on a train. He holds a real ticket. But he is pushed out into the cold night. He sits alone on a wooden bench and asks, "Why is this wrong?" That night opens his eyes. That night wakes his heart. Then we see the new Gandhi, a peaceful Gandhi, a strong Gandhi. He listens to people. He walks with them. He teaches them to fight with truth, not with hands. He wears simple clothes. He speaks gentle words. He becomes a light for millions. And finally, we see him under a quiet tree. The sky is soft. The wind is kind. He spins simple cloth and smiles. His journey continues, but his heart is calm. Small hearts can make big change. Peace can be strong. Thank you for listening to this gentle story. If you enjoyed it, you can like the video or write a short comment about your favorite moment. And you can listen again to practice your English and to feel the story more deeply. I will see you in the next Calm English Story.